Hello, my Sagittarians. This is Damien with HK Readings, Healing Culture Tarot, and I am here to do your October 2019 General Love Reading. This will be for Sagittarius, the Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and/or Jupiter. So stay tuned to see if any of the messages resonate with you. Feeling good, feeling peaceful. I have a new setup for a lot. Really been doing a lot of work on my self-care and reestablishing my strong energy field and grounding and balancing and staying centered. And I'm ready to do your reading. I also feel highly, as you know, similar energies flow through us all, that the reason that I was even compelled to mention that to you was because many of you who this reading will resonate with, or if not, maybe just this message alone, you know, you've been doing much of the same and it feels good. And I want you to know that I definitely relate to you on it feeling good, clearing out negative karmas and energies of what I'm intuiting, really removing obstacles and blockages. But it's not necessarily focusing on external blockages. You have external influences, but realizing the blockages that you may have imposed on yourself, Sagittarius, the limitations you may have imposed on yourself, and hey, that's not what your sign is about at all. It's not about limitations. It's not about being confined and not free, you know? So setting yourself free, even if it's subtle, you know, even if it's, because you could just be moving with such a calm, humble nature that, you know, many people just don't even understand. You're looking like a new person, you know, but the understandings that you've come to, since many of them have developed from an internal aspect, you know, you're coming across just appreciating the subtleties. Like, if you can still have the same intense, passionate realizations of, you know, that you need to have while just being able to carry a chill demeanor, fucking wonderful, right? But let's see. Chakra wisdom. Workaholic card flashed out at me. You know, maybe for some of you, you've been taking work as a way to, you know, using work as a way to deal with any emotional stressors or, you know, just any factors that have disappointed you in your life. Really focusing on the grind. Now, though that has helped you shift gears from being so caught up in a love that was unhealthy for you, being so caught up in a job that took advantage of you, being so caught up with misunderstanding family members and, well, them misunderstanding you, you know, just their lack of understanding is what I'm sensing here. Like, some fucking black sheep outcast energy, like everybody's just coming, you know, I don't want to say coming after you like that, but, you know, you're dealing with all of that. So, you know, it gets to a point where you're just like, okay, I'm going to work, I'm going to grind, I'm going to hustle, I'm going to do what I do best. That's because, you know, Sagittarius is, man, they get it. But you've come to the point where, since you've been able to remove yourself from all of that, and you're likely sitting pretty, you likely have money in the bank, you likely just moved into a new place, you likely just got a new car, new job, new position, you know. Your grind has brought you all of that. So now you're sitting where you are, Sagittarius, and you're like, okay, now I can focus on me. I have hustled hard and shifted my energy from the bullshit so I can immediately get away from it. And what you were doing is, it's like, you know, I'm building myself up at the same time. This is going to be constructive time away. Even if I'm not focusing on the emotional side of things, I'm focusing on something important. right? Right, Sag? So now you're at a point where you can sit pretty, where you can be independent, where you do have your own place to think, where you do have that car now if you didn't have one before, where if you ain't feeling some shit, you can dip. You're sitting with all the physical, tangible things that allow you to have independence, to contemplate the emotional things, you know, because you didn't have time to before, because you've fucking been drained by this past ex of yours. You've been drained by your mother or other family members. You're being drained by aunts and uncles. You've been drained by it. And excuse my French, but I'm really intuiting some bitch ass friends. Like they weren't even friends to begin with. You were always a fun time. Always, or just the person that if they needed something, they could call on you and you'd go be there for them. But like all these fake relationships, all of the things that have dissatisfied you and made you unhappy, you're removing it. You didn't have time to deal with yourself because they weren't being there for you to help you focus on you. It was all about what you could do to shine on them. So you put yourself in position physically to be away from those things, okay? To be away from those things, and now you can focus on what matters without any other energies around that can hinder it. Now, that is a badass plan. Guilt, quest, and destiny. Oh, Sag. So what I'm seeing here from the chakra wisdom is, I don't know exactly who you have in their feelings, but somebody's clearly in them. I'm denoting that somebody feels extremely bad for how things may have ended up. And when I say how they ended up on the losing end. And they're feeling bad. Now, if this is a past love, because this is a love reading, Sag, they're definitely trying to make their way back to you. They definitely want to make their way back. Hold on, because I'm coming up with titles as we go along. Yeah, but I mean, this is somebody who definitely wants to make their way back to you because they feel as though you're destiny. I feel you are destiny and wish fulfillment. I feel as though this person didn't understand you in the past. They didn't try to understand you, really. It wasn't necessarily about you. It was about them and how they felt. It was very one-sided. For those of you who were played, this person, honestly felt like, and it's fucked up, they knew what they wanted with you and led on that they wanted more just for the sake of you being there. And now that you're gone, they're like, oh, well, I should have been better by this person. I should have appreciated them. I should have respected them. I should have acknowledged them. I should have been there for them more. And, they're wanting to journey and venture back to you and shit. And I just don't feel like you're having it. Before I even pull Tarot of the Moors, let's see what we have as Goddess Guidance. Messages from our Sagittarians for October. You're like, hey, it's all good. Water under the bridge, okay? Water under the bridge. I accept your apologies. I'm good. I don't need your apologies. I accept your apologies. Whatever the fuck, I'm good. I've forgiven you. I've forgiven myself for the things that I've done and low-key even getting with your ass. You know what I mean? I forgave myself for that. We've got compassion here. Kuan Yin, compassion, and we have butterfly maiden, transformation. Release judgments about yourself and others and focus on the love and light that is within everyone. And you are experiencing enormous change right now, which brings great blessings. So, I mean, like that's how I, again, intuit these energies together with the other cards that they're with. You're like, that's cool. I have released. I have put myself in a position to deal with what I need to deal with within. I have released. I'm regaining love. I'm healing so that I can not only be different, but attract different things, better things, finer things. No tea, no shade. And speaking of release, one thing I noticed with this butterfly maiden is like you can see what she's releasing is because there's butterflies around her, and in her hand it's like a butterfly that's morphing right here, and it's being released. Okay, and this is the change. Okay, so this is through your compassion, your levels of compassion. This is talking about you giving up, relinquishing these toxic bonds and holds, ways of thinking, the people themselves, the places, the things. Starting a new journey. This is all about, you know, how everyone says love and light. This is literally love and light. I really like when I paint my nails red and I use my Tarot of the Moors deck because really they go well together. Well, here we are. The first card of the deck, the Charmer. Okay, so those of you who know how the numbers work in tarot, you know that the Charmer would be akin to the Magician, you know, going by number 1. So this is talking about the alchemy of it all and changing your situation so you can attract exactly what you desire, forgiving those who have hurt you at the same time. Okay, we've got, you've been through a lot of shit, Sag, with this Charmer card here, and it's the first time I've read it this way. It's in your reading. Y'all, I'm still in my robe and everything. It has been a chill ass day. You got a cup, you got a sword, you got a pentacle, you got a wand that's just still being molded, it seems. Because, you know, again, we're talking about alchemy here. So still working on that wand. Now, when it comes to all of the feelings of love lost, when it comes to the pain, the heartache, the sadness, the tears, the feeling alone, even when you're supposed to be with somebody, but you're sitting here feeling alone. You've gone through the good times, the happiness, the cheerful times, where even if it was like outnumbered by the bad days, you had some good times with this person. You've experienced it all with that cup. Okay, that's there. And with the swords, the fights, the arguments, the mental clarity, the moments of mental clarity that came after the moments of not having that mental clarity, again, I can't emphasize the fights enough from what I sense from this energy. The guard, the feeling that you have to be defensive. Like, you learned a lot about yourself in so many good and bad ways. Same with the Pentacle. Some of y'all may have, this person definitely had you, or even if it wasn't particularly them, the way it affected you kind of interfered with your finances. You know, you maybe experienced a period where you saw a fucking loss of fucking savings or chunk of money, and you're like, what the fuck? This isn't me, this isn't fly. And it affected some part of your life. Some of you may have just come out of a bout of homelessness. Some of you was, sleeping on a friend's couch, doing this or doing that. And now, again, like I said, you have that new car. You have that new home. You have all the things. And these could have been the people that you had to depend on that were toxic for you, so you couldn't work on yourself. And that took from you, so you couldn't work on yourself. So you getting your pentacle, your game back up, okay? You were able to save yourself from more demise. And then finally experience your growth and your transformation, okay? So that's how that comes full circle. With maybe you had to depend on people. Who the fuck knows? But also, you've seen more opportunities and money come your way lately than ever. If you're a freelancer, the calls have been off the hook. When it comes to a promotion, you've gotten that. Like, you've been through a lot. you know, like the negative side of the cups to the positive, the negative of the swords to the positive, the negative side of the pentacles to the positive, and I'll say the negative side of, this is all perception here, but the negative side of the wands. And what you're doing now, and oh my God, love and light, right? So you see that the sun is rising with a charmer card here. Those of you who are Sag, you may have an Aries rising. This could also be of Scorpio rising. I'm thinking of just different signs that I read this particular card as. But that's just, as a side note. Others of you, I do sense Taurus. I do sense some Taurus and Geminian energy. That could be who you're dealing with, but I definitely see it being like your moon. Perhaps for some of you, again, moon rising, definitely moon energy I'm feeling. Either way, well, sorry, it just jumped out to pick up those energies. But now when it comes to the positive aspect of the wands, that's the part that's still being molded and shaped here as the sun is rising. This is indicative of you, as you come out to this transformation, because it's, it's still in those stages, right? The forgiveness and transformation, the love and light, you're also putting together all of your newly found desires, newly acquired desires. The direction that you want to go, the people you want to surround yourself with. Maybe it could be a new love that you are, on the brink of taking, okay? And this could be you going after somebody, male or female, it doesn't matter. This could definitely be you going after somebody. But by the time that wand is done, there will be a level of mastery. And that's why I said, Sag, you've gone through a lot of shit. Because we're going through each suit here. And once that wand is done, it's a level of completion. It's a level of mastery and time for a new beginning, okay? Definitely look at your rising sign videos. I feel like there's a lot of knowledge that's been shown on that. I keep getting that influence. So also check your videos for that. However, well, of course, yeah, some of you could be Aries rising as well watching this video, because I do read for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Angel, Jupiter. However, yeah, when this wand is done, it's going to be a level of mastery and completion, and it's time to set out on new journeys. The number one does talk about beginnings with all of the potential for exciting new ideas, for new thoughts, new ways of thinking, new love, new passions, new creative endeavors, whatever it is, That's why the one is relative to the aces. The ace of disc, coin, or pentacle, the ace of cups or chalice, the ace of swords, the ace of wands. One, is of the ace, and so on and so forth, just all the way down the line. So, and that's exactly the energy that we see here with the butterfly maiden. And it definitely is telling me that hold on, y'all. Got some popos, po. Anyways, oh, y'all, I don't want y'all over here thinking that I'm so silly. Gemini moon. Nah, dude. I'm not even gonna say it. Oh my goodness. Anyways, but with it had something to do with the popos, and I was just gonna be like, y'all, don't worry. Y'all know my videos don't be having too much action like that, so you don't have to worry oh damn, does he live in an area where we have to worry about him sending him love and blessings? No, it's a good part of time, but cops are everywhere. Anywho's, this quest is striking me hard. It's just being so indicative of, again, a new journey. You have so many cards of transformation here, and oh my God, and then Scorpionic energy, death card on the board. Okay. Number 8. Come on now. Come on now. The fuck? Sagittarius, let me find out you are the baddest bitches alive right now. Are you telling me that what came out to clarify the charmer is the death card and the sultana? The sultana is akin to the empress, okay? I'm pulling one more. That's 7 of swords. All right. So, right now I feel like you're very much focused on you, but, and you're in your power, okay? And the world is your oyster, all right? You're being seen in a very high regard for, you know, taking your reclaim. That's excellent. You have removed yourself energetically from any feelings of inadequacy. For again, as from the very beginning of this reading, limitations, they're gone. No inadequacies, no feeling confined, no feeling constricted, moving the fuck on. And that's what the 7 of Swords, how it also ties into all of these cards, how it hits me. Now we know that in every depiction of the 7 of Swords, you have some swords that were left behind, you know? In this card, for the Tarot of the Moors, there's only 1 sword left behind. Many other decks it's 2, but this is just only 1 sword left behind. Either way, but you know what? This even goes to show, because this is the deck that I used out of, you know, all the decks here. There's some off camera screen too. I just had to get the best angle I could for the video, you know, with my stand-up equipment, whatever, which is literally a tarot box I found in a glass of pins. It's fucking working, ain't it? But no, it's like, it just goes to show that you, with your compassionate side, because you've always been that way, you know, when you were ready to leave a situation where it wasn't working and you decided that you would keep going back or keep having, you know, unhealthy investments and things like we were talking about, you know, it's like, no, that's not what you're gonna do anymore. So instead of having 2 swords left behind like any other deck that I could have pulled from where that would have been the case, the fact that there's 1 here is just showing you're taking basically all of your shit with you. And the only thing that you will leave is the release of judgment. That's what you let. That the bullshit, that's just the sword of the bullshit. There's no 2. There's just 1. Here, you can have this. Here's a keepsake, basically. I'm fucking awesome. I've taught you a lot. You've taught me a lot. Here's something to keep. Cheers to your elevation. Cheers to you moving on. I'm out, though. I'm out of this confinement. I'm out of a situation where I'm not being trusted, or I feel like I can't trust you, or, you know, just any of that vice versa type behavior. And just done so with it. But I feel like many of you are packing your shit, your proverbial shit, to take it to someone else. You know what? I'm intuiting many of y'all may have met somebody that you really liked and put them sort of on the back burner for, you know, your past lover, your ex, your companion, what have you, and tried to stick it through, tried to make it work. And when it didn't, not to say that the person that you put on the back burner was just waiting for you and just like, you know what I mean? Like, they were doing them, respectfully, but timing brought y'all two together to the point where when you decided to be done with this person you were dealing with, they likely just got out of a relationship too, or they just wrapped up with like a big project or something that was taking a lot of their time. And it just kind of works because they had no resentments towards you. They knew you were invested, and it just so happened to come back around to where like it could work for the both of y'all now. Like you packed all your shit, and then even with the Seven of Swords as you walking away, this is also symbolic of leaving your baggage. That only sword that you're leaving behind is your baggage there. Okay? But everything else you're taking with you. I feel like you're going to be very sharp at communicating what you want and communicating the lessons of the past relationship effectively to not repeat the same mistakes. Excellent shit. What did I tell you? Look at this. And this is what comes out. And this is what comes out. I told you the charmer governs the aces, boo. And we have the Ace of Discs on the board. Security, comfort, balance, chillness. Humble, grounded, and blessings coming because of it. And you've worked your ass off. But see, that's the thing. You know, the symbolism on the Ace of Discs is the bull for Taurus. And when you sleep on somebody, you don't have to be a Taurus. This is coming up in your reading because it's just the energy, you know. But this is how the Taurian energy may be slept on, because people like to be like, oh, Tauruses are lazy. I'm a Taurus sun, by the way. In Western astrology, in Vedic, I am a Taurus sun and a Taurus moon. It starts on my birthday in the East, actually, May 15th. So, hella Taurus. But, you know, Taurian energy is slept on in the sense that when we chill, okay? When we chill hard. But that's because we fucking work just as hard to be able to fucking chill just as hard. And like I said, you've worked your ass to that position to now where you're chilling. You've worked hard, so now you can chill hard. And be beautiful as you are. Exude the beauty that you have. Look beautiful as you do. Stepping out, being festive, being fun. Drawing all eyes on you when you enter a room. And it doesn't go to your head because you're fucking humble. And you're grounded. And I feel like what this person, the reason why, because this person is so ready. They know what kind of cat you are to the point where even if they wanted to feel some type of way about how they were put on the back burner, they're not going to lose the goodness that is you. Because with all this attention you may be getting, they don't give a, you don't give a damn about any of it. You don't give a damn about, you know you look good, you know you're feeling good, but there's one person you want to give it to, and you want to make sure that they understand that they are loved. Okay? You know how you've been hurt. And you might, and this guilt can also be, you know, indicative of, you know, in duality of how you felt about having to, you know, kind of hold things off with this person. You knew it was unfair. You didn't want them to wait for you. They didn't. And they understood, and they appreciated your honesty, but you know, it's still on, as good people, it'll still be on our conscience sometimes. But here's this ace, here's this new beginning for creation. I had a card I had as a meditation card that was up here, because this is like a 3-tier desk here. It's the earth element. Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, earth element, more earth energy. I looked at the card as it was up here, and I was just, you know, felt compelled to tie it in. But this new place you may have even moved in with this person. The world, traveling. Yo, we got a Ace and officially 4 major arcanas here. Yeah, I'm just saying. Yeah, the world, 21. I really think it's interesting to note that the 7 of Swords with the World card, which is number 21, 7 being a divisible, of 21, goes into it 3 times. I would look up the numerology of 3 to see how that may apply to you. Adding that back to the 7 to make 10, I really feel as though the number 1 may be important for you, which does bring us back to Ace energy. But so this is really an important time of to really truly understand like the groundworks of how you plan to make this new relationship happen, or any new relationships happen, or anything. I feel like there's a message to not be too sensational. You know, don't be too sensational about anything in particularly have a practical fixed nature to it. Especially because we have a lot of fixed energy on the board. We've got the Death card, Scorpionic energy. We have the Ace of Disc, Taurian energy. We have the Empress, which is Taurian energy, along with Libra, but it's Taurian energy. And then we also have the World, which is of the fixed sign. So Scorpionic energy, Taurian energy, as well as Aquarian energy, and Leonic energy as well. Be very practical about how you want these new beginnings to take off. See them, envision them, meditate, write down what you want, talk to your guides, talk to the spirit, heighten your spirituality, make this work, because this is big for you. Everything that you've done to this point has led you to a new quest. Now think about how long you were on the last one. You may be on this one just as long. How's it gonna look? How's it gonna feel? Is it gonna be good? All right, is it gonna take off on the right foot? Will that foundation be strong? Focus on that. So when this wand is complete and you've hit that completion, going through the different suits, as you do with the world, going through the different fixed signs. As you come to that level of wholeness, it will be told what you have learned by what you implement. It just won't be about what you know, not any longer, because you see what you know outside of what you apply ain't shit. Like all the times, again, you may have continuously given energy to something that you knew you shouldn't have, but you did. So knowing is not enough this time. What will you implement for everything that you have coming to you, to not only, because you know these are things that you want, but to just be just superseding what you thought you wanted. You can blow this out of the fucking water. Sagittarius, this new life that you are on the brink of, you can make it so exceptional. Plan it, see it, envision it. Because you're almost done. Like when you get to it, like when that timer goes off, you know, say you're taking a test. When that timer goes off and your ass has 8 questions left, you still have to close the booklet and pass it forward for grading, right? Pencils down. So as you near that completion, where will you be? Will you be done along with timing? Like, will it sync? So that when you're ready to be propelled forward, everything that you have been wanting to implement has already taken off. Because it's great to start that semester off with your first 100, or at least completing all the goddamn tests, right? but it's great to start. It's great to start off your semester GPA with that, and you just keep that up and move forward. And there will be things in the cycle of life that may come about, especially with the Seven of Swords energy on the board, because it's the only thing that even could have perceivably negative other meaning than how I read it, right? Even when those things come up, you know, it's like, damn, well, I didn't get to study enough for this exam, so I got a fucking C on it. But it's cool because I fucking aced my last few. I just gotta bounce back. I gotta come harder. You know, I got this. Shit, you start off with a fucking D and you make a C, like, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, how are you going to start off so you can finish fucking stronger than you imagined? I know I have some interesting analogies sometimes. Hope it's sunk in. This is just really about what you're gonna do. Here's that reading for you, Sag. I love you.